This is the Grand Priest from Dragon Ball. It's the first time he's ever shown his battle form. Faced with Yamoshi, the ancient Saiyan, who once again broke through his physical limits and the seal, the Grand Priest had no choice but to reveal the transformation he had never used before. The aura of Ultra Instinct and an unstoppable frenzy surged out of his body. The entire Xeno's palace, from top to bottom, was tinged with the silver white of Ultra Instinct. Yamoshi is also a man of integrity. He understood the rule of not interrupting an opponent's transformation. He stood motionless, waiting for the Grand Priest to finish transforming. Or perhaps, you should have told me what you were doing. He had absolute confidence in his own strength. This is the Grand Priest's battle form, one he has never shown before, aware that his opponent was formidable. Yamoshi feigned calmness. He asked the Grand Priest why he didn't go all out in their previous fight. Was he deliberately holding back his strength and losing to him a few days ago? Faced with Yamoshi's question, the Grand Priest did not reply. After all, he had his own reasons for doing so. At this moment, Goku sensed the abnormality at Xeno's palace. He also transformed into Ultra Instinct Stage 3 and arrived, intending to help the Grand Priest. But the Grand Priest frankly stated that he didn't want anyone else to interfere. Without many words, the battle exclusive to the two of them officially began. After a brief exchange, neither of them gained an advantage in the warm-up. The powerful impact caused the Grand Priest to be driven deep into the ground. Yamoshi, facing him, was in a similar state. Yamoshi stood up. He clutched his throbbing left arm. From his contorted expression, it was clear he hadn't expected his opponent to be able to fight him so evenly. After wiping the blood from the corner of his mouth, the Grand Priest also struggled to his feet, his body covered in wounds. After a short rest, Yamoshi slowly returned to the spot where the fight had just taken place. He instant transmissioned in front of the Grand Priest, reminding his opponent again that this much power wasn't enough to defeat him. He advised him to team up with Goku, who was watching nearby. The two of them simultaneously threw another punch, each landing squarely on the other's face. Seeing that neither was letting go, the Grand Priest and Yamoshi both used instant transmission and vanished. The two of them teleported back and forth across the floor of Xeno's palace, switching positions, trying to find a flaw in the other. But unfortunately, based on their current performance, this battle has yet to show a clear advantage for either side. The entire Xeno's palace trembled under the force of their punches. This unprecedented exchange of punches, where the energy squeezed and spread around their bodies, completely obliterated Xeno's palace. Meanwhile, in Universe 7, Beerus and Whis were also closely following the battle. After all, if the Grand Priest were to lose, they would likely be the next to suffer. The camera switches back to Xeno's palace. It's clear that both the Grand Priest and Yamoshi opposite him used almost all their power in that last clash. The second round of fighting is over, and they still couldn't determine a winner. Next, the two sides float in midair, waiting for the other to make a move. The previous exchange not only failed to crush the Grand Priest's confidence, but actually boosted it. Yamoshi no longer bothers with empty words. After defeating the Grand Priest, he still has to deal with Xeno. For this, he prepares to use this technique to completely erase his opponent. The two's beam struggle officially begins. It is clear that the Grand Priest's side is more strained. But thankfully, the scale of victory is gradually tilting in his favor. Seeing that he had the advantage, the Grand Priest immediately used both arms, and the purple blast instantly swelled several times, leaving the opponent utterly helpless to resist. Yamoshi became a victim of his own actions. His whole body was engulfed by the energy wave he had fired. In an instant, a huge mushroom cloud erupted over Zeno's palace. When the red light dissipated, it was evident that the center of Zeno's palace had been completely blasted into ruins. After the black smoke cleared, the Grand Priest appeared with a sword-like physique. In contrast, Yamoshi was covered in wounds from head to toe. The Grand Priest won the recent beam struggle. This made Yamoshi furious with embarrassment. He increased his power again, trying to surpass the Grand Priest. Saiyans have no limits, but Yamoshi overlooked one thing. The Grand Priest can also evolve infinitely during a fight. When the roar ended, Yamoshi took the initiative to attack. The beam struggle had caused him to lose face, so he had to regain his honor. In the following battle, the two tightly gripped each other's hands. Cracking lightning continuously encircled Yamoshi and the Grand Priest's bodies. After a flurry of furious punches, seizing the moment when his opponent was powerless to fight back, the Grand Priest immediately used his ultimate technique. He put his hands together in a triangular shape. A technique similar to Chen Shinan's. Tri-beam was fired from his hands, but it was clear that the power of this move was far greater than Chen Shinan's. Tri-beam. The purple blast swept over Yamoshi's entire body, propelling him out of Zeno's palace. Finally, a purple column of light shot through the solar system, and the utterly defenseless Yamoshi was blasted into the sun with its millions of degrees of heat. If it were Yamoshi on a normal day, this temperature wouldn't be enough to harm him. But now he was out of energy and was burned to ashes by the high temperature. As for the Grand Priest, after winning this match against Yamoshi, he snapped his fingers, and Zeno's palace, which had been utterly destroyed moments before, instantly returned to its original state. Zeno and his guards returned to Zeno's palace. The Grand Priest immediately reverted to his usual appearance. Next, he was going to carry out his own plan, a conspiracy known to no one. Meanwhile, on Earth, amidst a bloodbath, lying on the ground, lifeless, were many of Goku's close friends and family.